Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and second comedian Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are HauntingLivePodcast.com. That's HauntingLivePodcast.com for our content on our website.
Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and second comedian Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are HauntingLivePodcast.com. That's HauntingLivePodcast.com for our content on our website.
Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and second comedian Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are HauntingLivePodcast.com. That's HauntingLivePodcast.com for our content on our website.
Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and second comedian Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are HauntingLivePodcast.com. That's HauntingLivePodcast.com for our content on our website.
Sit back and enjoy this show with your hosts, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and second comedian Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions and for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
Yes, and welcome everybody to our live stream show. We are doing our regular Wednesday night live stream, but a little bit different on our other platform, which is our YouTube channel under Haunting Live. And as usual, though, we do have our guest medium, which is Divine Oracle Podcast, psychic medium Chris LaRock. How are you?
I'm doing quite fine. Just a beautiful day, except for if you're in Southern Ontario, please watch out. And if the snow does happen within your area, right where I am, again, drive safe. Do not rush at all. That's the one thing though that a lot of people are doing. And if you've changed your tires, congratulations. If you have not changed your tires, get your tires changed, especially for this season. So yeah, they're calling actually up to 50 centimeters of snow right where I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, I think that's a little extravagant. I don't think we're going to quite get that much. We are calling for some flurries and stuff coming off the lake area, which is snow squalls, and they can be high sometimes. But I think the first of the season is just depends on what you get off the lake. So we'll see what happens starting tomorrow, and it's supposed to snow all the way into Saturday. So we could get a bit over the next day or two. So, but who knows? So.
All right, all right. So yeah, no, I am actually psychic comedian Chris. You guys can actually check me out underneath the HauntingLivePodcast.com page underneath the Divine Oracle Podcast,
Yep.
and also be able to check my shows out. Usually posting Saturday Saturdays at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Rating Podbean. Podbean is actually a great app, though. Like, you can actually be able to take part in. It's free to download if you have not downloaded it. Download it, I suggest. And also, you can be able to check out Trevor's show, which is Haunted Live Podcast. Also, what's going on, Sean, with your show for this week?
Well, this week we do have a brand new guest, like we do each and every week. We post Mondays, brand new shows and a brand new guest each episode, so you get fresh content. And this Monday coming up, we have a UK medium joining us all the way from the UK. John Hughes, psychic medium, is joining us, and he's going to be talking about his near death experience that he had and sharing some of his experiences as a psychic medium. He's really interesting, has a lot of knowledge, and a lot of experiences that he talks about. So, if you're interested in learning what psychic mediums do over there in the UK, this week is a great week to join us over on Haunting Live podcast. Plus, we have our usual shows that we post that have been posted every single week over this past season. And we have new shows coming up in December, but we might also be taking a break coming up, so watch out for that too. So,
With us here actually at Divine, there probably won't be a show this week, but next week though we do actually have a special guest in. He sat down and discussed things with Jillian and myself. He is from Coburg, Ontario, and that's a famous spot for Trevor and myself. But yeah, he's actually from there, and we do encourage you guys to like and subscribe and listen to the show and find out what is going on with his own spiritual
yeah.
life. There's so much that actually going on altogether. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break, and we'll be discussing a little bit more with you guys.
Yeah, well, I'll bring you guys in. If you have your questions, get them ready. Please type them into the chat. Chris will be doing the oracle cards tonight and giving you guys free readings for the show here today and see what the cards have to say for your questions. And we will be doing that and opening up our call-in lines as well on our Podbean app right after we do this quick commercial break. And we'll be right back.
As Black Friday is right around the corner and Cyber Monday is happening on this coming Monday, why don't you check out Haunting Live Podcast Smudge Store right underneath their website. There's 15% actually off of merchandise, and this is a great savings right now for this Christmas holiday. Check us out underneath HauntingLivePodcast.com.
Yes, it is. So check out our smudge shop. We do have a smudge shop if you're interested in any type of paranormal cleansing items, any paranormal crystals, things to help do attraction or protection. All that is available under our store under HauntingLivePodcast.com. Right now running a 15% off sale on most items on the store, all smudge items for sure. And you can check that out. And we also offer a low shipping cost of $20 for shipping into Canada and the USA as well. So do check that out and see what we have in our store and our smudge shop.
Yeah, for everybody though that's actually in Ontario, I will be out on location with my co-host Jillian. We will be out on the 29th in Waterloo at at the hall, which is actually on Marsden Drive. Come on back into the back area. There's two buildings altogether. I will be in the main building. Right when you walk in, you will see me right there. I'm right beside the door. And there's also vendors in the back location. So yeah, we will be actually having merchandise there for the 15% off. Then the following week, though, I've got a couple of things lined up. On the Saturday, I will be over in Guelph. I think it's Sheldale. 20 Sheldale, if I am correct, actually, the pronunciation. You enter through the back, though, and then the next day I will be in Victoria Park from 11 till 3, and that will be at the Victoria Park in Kitchener, Ontario, at the Pavilion. Now, Christmas is coming up right around the corner, and I'm going to talk about a couple legends, though, that you might know of, might not know of. And the first one, though, is Youth Krampus. Now, that there happens actually on December 5th. December 5th, for me, that was a different date, but I'll start to let you guys know about Krampus. You may have seen the movie Krampus, or even heard stories about Krampus. Now, Krampus, though, it is actually well known, actually, as a spirit. And it does take the negative children, like the bad children, away and punish them. And that's what the movie Krampus has actually done. Actually, to kind of elaborate a little bit more into that. Now, Krampus though is well known for Germany, and yeah, so Krampus though is coming up on December 5th. And then there's also another one though that's actually out there, and it's to do with the Ukrainian Polish actually custom out there, and it is called the Christmas spider. Now you might have seen trees with actually the spiders actually in, or with spider webs. Now this thing here is good though. There's one is because what it's doing though is actually trying to bring the good luck actually within to the house, so that way nothing actually happens. That's for their customers. But talking about to do with actually bringing luck actually in the house, why don't you check out Haunted Live podcast? Underneath the smudge store, there is actually sage, there's sweetgrass and cedar, and there might be a couple other items that are going to actually help clean your house. But yeah, I'm going to start with the reading though right now, and this one here is three cards I pulled out from Sean Leonard's cards, which is right behind me, and these are actually Wisdom of the Elder cards. The first card though, it is actually Sweetgrass Ceremony, and it is the Sweetgrass Sacred Medicine. And this one here, it is Strength. So what you can do there is actually use actually the sweetgrass burning in a Albion shell, or something that's fire safe. And what it's going to do is actually it does actually help cleanse out the area, but it's also well known good for basically drinking. We do drink a lot of tea actually here in the studio, and it does actually help you out 100%. So our next one though that we're looking at though, it is to do with winter, and it is the elders. Okay. So we might be busy thinking, okay, we need to do Christmas parties, we need to be able to do this for the kids, so that hold that for a couple minutes. It's a great thing though, there's ones because we have to think about our elders. Some of our elders though are living by themselves, some of them are actually living in homes, or you might be busy with your actually elders, but again, though, think about the ones that are less fortunate. Our elders have actually taught us so much stuff that we cannot forget about. All right, great example though, it is to do with my beloved parents. Um, my father actually had taught me though is if things don't go right, find a way how to work around it and find a way how to get it done right. He's also taught me how to do major cooking, and that's one thing that I have to say thank you very much, Dad, for. All right, so the last puzzle that we're looking at, though, it is spring and a new beginning, and it's still true. There is was because anytime though that there's spring around, all right, after the hibernation, new plants or vice versa, there's always a new beginning. We always cleanse ourselves. We always have to be able to get that started and get going. So talk about get going. How are things over in your studio today?
Well, they're quiet so far. We've had some viewers popping in, but no questions yet. So if you guys have any questions for readings, we do free readings here on the show. We offer you oracle card readings by Chris, and he is a psychic medium, and he does do readings off the oracle cards. They're a little bit different than tarot cards, but they do give more precise information. So we like to use the oracle cards rather, so they give you the information that you're looking for your questions. And if you have questions for us that you want to ask us, we do not limit your type of question that you can ask us here, like some other shows do. Say some other shows are political. They only ask political questions. Here on this show, on Haunting Live and Divine Oracle Podcast, we don't do that. We keep the topics wide open and allow you to ask any type of question you like. So do you have a love question? You want to find out some information what's ahead for you for next year? It's coming to the end of the year. A lot of people like to know what's happening next year for them. Do you have any work-related questions? Troubles going on at work? Maybe you're out of a job. You want to find a new job? We can ask the cards and see what they have to say for you there in that area. Maybe you have some type of financial questions. Just maybe you want to find out what to do with money when some extra money is going to come into your life, or how to spend money that you got. Maybe any questions you have related to your financial situation. So we can check into that too. And also, if you have any political type questions, we're happy to look into those as well, because everybody has that on top of their minds lately. So, especially with what's going on. But as always, with any type of show on YouTube, our show is for entertainment purposes only as well. And these are just oracle card readings, so don't take them seriously, but they can give you guidance, which is why we prefer to use the oracle cards over tarot cards, because you get more direct guidance that way. But also, we are also located under our Podbean app, and that is just a free app that you can download and install. It is our main host for Haunting Live podcast, and that puts us out to all the other podcast platforms. But if you download the Podbean app, you can actually use a unique feature there, and it's called the call-in button. And if you use that call-in button, you can hit it live and come join us live on the air and ask your questions in person. And you can do that through our Podbean app. Podbean.
Right. So I did pull out some other cards. So these are soul coaching cards altogether, and these ones actually do help you out. Also, sort of like what the wisdom of the Elder cards do. So with the oracle cards, basically they do actually different meanings altogether. They're more open than with tarot cards. Tarot cards are right to the point, all over, like right dead to the point. What some people say, but also with oracle cards, though, that they are more open and altogether. But what I would like to do though is actually read the uh, Denise Lynn Soul Coaching cards for her. Yeah, the first card though, it's a beautiful one, and it deals with beauty. So with all of us, there's always beauty within inside of us. It doesn't matter what people say or if there's anything or positive. Sorry, anything positive or negative that people say. There's always beauty within inside of us. What we have to do though is if people are saying things negative, we have to look deeper inside ourselves and actually say 10 positive things in the mirror, and that way we can actually overcome actually those knockdowns. The next one that we're looking at though is transformation. So once we start working actually all together, we are getting transformation, and we are going to change ourselves to a better person. Right? That could be with anything altogether, but that's working actually on yourself. Now the last one though, this one here is great though. There's one because it is power. All right, and it's of an elephant though. An elephant's so dealing actually with major power, but power though, it seems like beauty, transformation, and power though is actually trying to encourage you not to look actually down at yourself, but be able to look at yourself within a better way altogether. I know Christmas is right around the corner, and it is the number one actually hardest time of the year, especially right now with the economic out there, and also with mental health. But again, though, is if we do those three cards, again, though I just pulled for you, we're going to be able to be more positive to ourselves. So yeah, all right. Hopefully we're doing quite fine so far. Actually, on Podbean, on both of them.
Nobody yet,
Yeah.
so it looks like it's going to be a no-go tonight. So thank you everybody for tuning in.
Okay. All right. So, like you know, we are going to be here every single Wednesday night. Sit back and enjoy this and chill with your host, Trevor from HauntingLive Podcast and psychic medium Chris from Divine Oracle Podcast. Tuning in underneath Podbean and YouTube. Don't forget though that you have the opportunity of the Podbean to call in live and ask your questions for your readings. Sit back and enjoy the show and let your friends know.
If you haven't checked out our official website yet, please do that as well. We are hauntinglivepodcast.com. That's haunting